Hello dear students, welcome you all for Power System Operation and Control class. Today we start with the module 4, that is the first half of this module 4 is state space model for a two area system, that is the continuation of the AGC in interconnected system. Okay, after that we are having the voltage and reactive power control. Before that we will finish this state space model for the two area system. In the previous class we have seen the state space model of isolated system. So now we will go with the state space model of a two area system. Before that we will see the block diagram which we have seen in the previous classes. Once again we will recall that block diagram. This is the block diagram of AGC for two area system. So this you are seen in your previous classes. Once again recall this block diagram. So on this block diagram we need to continue our analysis. Okay, so this is what the block diagram for the state space model for a two area system. So we will going to consider the state vector now. Okay, state vector x is given by here delta omega 1, delta pm1, delta pv1, delta p reference 1, delta p tie, delta omega 2, delta pm2, delta pv2, delta p reference to this vector is transpose. X vector is a transpose of all these things. So it is a 9 into 1 vector. The order of the matrix is state vector is 9 cross 1. From the block diagram we can write the following equations. Now we have seen that block diagram. First one, delta omega 1 of s is equal to 1 over 2 h1 plus 2 h1 s plus d1 into delta pm1 of s, delta pl1 of s minus delta p tie of s. So this is what we can write from the block diagram. So what I am going to do here is the 2h1s plus d1 is multiplied with the delta omega 1s, and after that I am taking the d1 into delta omega 1s into the RHS side. So then my equation changes to s delta omega 1 of s is equal to d minus d1 of d1 by 2h into delta omega 1s, which is there in the LHS side I have taken here, that's why it is become minus. Then remaining things as it is, that is multiplied with the 1 over 2h1, because we are taken all the 1 over 2h1 things to this side. No, so that is 1 over 2h1 into delta pm1 of s minus 1 over 2h1 into delta pl1 of s minus 1 over 2h1 1 of the delta pi of p tie of s. Same thing for second one, delta pm1 of s is equal to here 1 over 1 plus sttr1 into delta pv1 of s. Here also same thing, the LHS side and the RHS side's denominator is multiplied and simplifying the equation, that is the equation 2. You can see same thing for 3, that is delta pv1 of s, that is 1 over 1 plus stg1 into delta p reference s minus 1 over r1 into delta omega 1 of s. So once again multiplying that one, same denominator to the numerator and taking these things to one side, RHS side, and LHS side we need to get the same thing for delta p reference of s, delta p tie line of s. So here the thing t12 is used, that where t12 is nothing but e1 e2 by x12 into cos delta minus delta 10 minus cos minus delta 20, which is nothing but here p tie, or which is equal to p12. Okay, so this is the t12. Coming to the sixth one, that is delta omega 2 of s. Okay, delta omega 2 of s, same thing equations as previous, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one. So how you are taken in delta omega 1, delta pm1, delta pv1, delta p reference. So same thing for delta omega 2s, delta pm2, delta pv2, delta p reference of 2. So all these equations are we are going to simplify to the way how we record, that is into s into delta p something whatever you are having. Okay, in that manner you have to write. So once again you go through that one, you will come to know. Again and again telling these things in the video, it will not looks good. You can go see this one. Okay, by that anyhow I am giving you these notes, simply telling these things, and better to write down this all the equations by your own. So once you got this all the equations, the major thing is what here we need to write it in the standard form, that is what x of t, which is equal to a into x of t plus b into u of t. You are knowing that one. what is x of t, what is u of t, all. So how to write that one? See, x dot of t is the same equations. Starting you are taken x, no, the x is a transpose of that one. So x means x dot t is, you will write transpose means it will be in the row wise, or means one column in my equation it will come now. Okay, means 9 cross 1, no, 9 rows 1 column. So you will get like the delta omega 1 to delta p reference 2, which is equal to the matrix here A, you are taken from the equations. Okay, and x of t is whatever you are having delta omega 1 to delta p reference to, then plus B is the matrix, and you to get the here u of t is nothing, only delta pu and delta pl1 and delta pl2. So that is multiplied. What are the things are multiplied? 1 minus 1 over 2h1 and minus 1 over 2h2 is multiplied. So where it will come, there only that value will be coming. Remaining things are 0. These things are very clear from there. So you will get this matrix, or y is equal to delta omega 1 delta omega 2 matrix, that is nothing but x1 and x6. So this is the matrix, you can see, multiplied by d, and where d is equal to 0. So the some authors are use the transfer function kp over 1 plus stp for the generator plus load. So we can perform the following as follows. This one, that is kp over 1 over stp is equal to 1 over 2hs plus d, which is nothing but 1 over d by 1 plus 2h by d into s, or where kp we can replace it by 1 over d. So tp we can write it as 2h by d. So this is regarding the state space model of the two area system. See, this is purely theory part. You have to write down the things starting from the block diagram to these equations. Okay, so we will see one problem on this. Next we will move to the tie line oscillations. Okay, before completing this one, we will go for one problem. We will see the problem, and later we will go for the tie line oscillations. So coming to the example 7.9, two areas 1 and 2 are interconnected. The capacity of area 1 is 1500 megawatt and area 2 is 500 megawatt. The incremental regulation and damping torque coefficient for each area on its base own base is given as 0.2 per unit and 0.9 per unit respectively. Find the steady state frequency and the change in steady state tie line power for increase of 60 megawatt in area 1 and nominal frequency is 50 hertz. We need to first convert the R2 and D2 to the base of the area 1. So actual value is 0.2. To get the base value, we need to do it. R2 is equal to 0.2 into 1500 by 500, because the areas one's base is 1500, area 2's base is 500 megawatt. Actually 0.2 for 500, for 1500 it will become 0.6 per unit. Same thing for D2, 0.9 into 500 by 1500, you will get 0.3 per unit. So the unit of R2 is hertz per unit megawatt, and D2 is per megawatt D2 is per unit D2 is per unit is given by megawatt per unit hertz. Okay, so delta PL1, that is the given by 60 megawatt is a increase. So over 1500 base, a change of 60 megawatt is given by delta PL1 is equal to 0.04 per unit. Now delta omega is given by minus delta PL1, you are knowing that one, divided by beta 1 plus beta 2. We will write all these things, that is delta PL1 is minus 0.04 1 over beta is 1 over R1, that is beta 1 is equal to 1 over R1 plus D1. Same thing, beta 2 is equal to 1 over R2 plus D2. We will put all the values here. R1 and R2 as it is. R2 and D2 are in actual values converted into area 2's base, area 1's base. Okay, values. Now we will get the delta omega value as the minus 0.04 over 5.9 plus 1 plus 1.9667, or it is nothing but minus 5.084 in 10 raised to minus 3 per unit. So the delta of that frequency is given by the per unit value multiplied with 50. We will get minus 2.2542 hertz. So we are going to calculate now delta P12. Delta P12 is minus delta PL1 beta 2 divided by beta 1 plus beta 2. So we will get that is 0.01 per unit, or actual value of that is by calculated using the multiplying that this per unit value with the base value, that is 1500, we will get minus 15 megawatt. So delta PM1 is nothing but delta omega minus delta omega over R1. So we will get 0.02542 per unit, multiplying by 1500 we will get 38.135 megawatt. So delta PM2 is nothing but minus delta omega over R by 2 R2, that is we will get 80.4745 into 10 raised to minus 3 per unit. If you multiply this with the 1500, we will get 12.71 megawatt as the delta PM2. So this is what the actual solution of the problem. The same problem continuation is given that what happens if there is no governor control. There is no governor control means R1 and R2 values are 0. So obviously beta 1 is equal to D1, beta 2 is equal to D2. So according to that we are going means we will get the value of delta F is equal to 1.667 hertz and delta P12 is minus 15 megawatt. So no mechanical power will not change in the speed governor. There is no control. So that's why delta PM1 equal to delta PM2 equal to 0. So anyhow, you try to solve this problem, and before that you have go through the state space model for the two area system. That is purely theory. You write it by your own once again, so you will come to know how exactly that equations to be write and how exactly to be the equation to write in the matrix form. Okay, if you find any difficulties you can call me. Anyhow, I am sending you all the notes by WhatsApp according to your module wise and syllabus wise. Okay, thank you.